All right, so we're back for another deep dive. And today,
Oh, yeah.
we're diving into Liverpool Football Club.
Okay.
And it's a bit of a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
We've got an interview, a post-game interview with the manager, Arne Slot, fresh off a win.
Fresh off a win.
We've also got 2 articles that we're going to be taking a look at, kind of dissecting the team's recent performance.
Cool.
But here's the twist, right?
Okay.
We're also going to be looking at Mo Salah,
Oh.
Liverpool's star player.
Mm-hmm.
And why his future at the club is anything but certain at this point.
It's really interesting. Like you said, a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Liverpool are at the top of the table.
Yeah.
8 points clear.
8 points.
Which is?
It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, you've got this
huge question mark?
This question mark over their most crucial player.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen with that?
Okay, so let's unpack all of this.
Yeah.
Let's start with the win.
Liverpool beat Southampton.
They did.
3-2.
3-2.
But it wasn't easy, right?
Not at all. No, they had to really fight for that one.
They had to come back to get that victory.
Yeah, and that's where Salah comes in.
Right.
He scored 2 goals, including the one that tied the game.
Wow.
And even Slot in the interview said, we can always trust on him if things are difficult for us.
So even with this whole contract situation,
right,
he's still the guy, right? They need a goal.
When they need a goal,
they turn to Mo Salah.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't just the goals either.
No.
Slot was talking about his movement.
Yeah, he was really praising it.
His timing.
His ability to find the space to make those chances.
So not just luck.
Yeah.
This is tactical brilliance. Okay, so the question is then, why wouldn't they lock him down, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you would think that they'd want to keep a player like that.
If he can deliver when it matters the most?
Absolutely.
Okay, so well, let's look at what Slot said about the match overall.
Yeah.
He said that while Liverpool dominated possession, the truly good chances that they created only started coming in like the last 25 minutes of the game.
In the last 25 minutes, yeah.
Do you think that's significant?
I think it's potentially significant, yeah.
Okay.
It could mean that, they won.
Yeah.
But Slot sees things that need to improve.
Okay.
Maybe he thinks that they need to be more consistent in attack.
Right.
And not just rely on these moments of brilliance from Salah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe that kind of plays into this whole contract thing?
Yeah, perhaps.
Maybe they're hesitant to give him this huge contract if they don't really see him fitting into the long-term strategy.
The long-term vision of what they want.
For the team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's also remember Liverpool have a history of,
Yeah. They're quite shrewd.
Smart when it comes to finances.
Sure. They don't just throw money at problems. That's not their style.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But you have to imagine from Salah's perspective, this is pretty frustrating.
Oh, absolutely.
You're carrying the team, you're scoring these crucial goals.
You're the star.
And yet, crickets, right.
And he's made that clear, In the articles that we're looking at, he's quoted as saying, we are almost in December and I haven't received any offers yet to stay in the club, so I'm probably more out than in.
Wow. Strong words. Strong words.
And his contract is up next summer.
Right.
He could just walk away.
Literally walk away for nothing?
Yeah.
Which would be a nightmare for Liverpool, right?
Nightmare scenario.
Imagine losing your top scorer.
For free.
For free.
Yeah.
I don't think the fans would be very happy.
Yeah. So, okay. You've got Liverpool.
Okay.
Top of the table.
8-point lead.
8-point lead. Yeah.
Looking like potential champions.
Looking good. But the manager is maybe hinting that tactical changes are coming.
Right.
And their star player is publicly expressing his discontent.
Yeah.
So it's a really
interesting situation.
Fascinating situation, yeah. How do they navigate this?
Yeah, I mean, do they risk losing Salah?
Right.
To, maintain financial stability?
Yeah.
Or do they say, you know what? We got to give this guy what he wants.
Yeah.
We got to keep him happy, keep the fans happy.
And solidify their title challenge.
And solidify that title challenge.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget, too.
Oh, okay.
Slot also said, don't get complacent.
He did, yeah.
And he specifically mentioned, I believe it was Arsenal.
I think it was Arsenal last season.
Who had like an 8-point lead.
Yeah, 8-point lead.
And got caught by City.
By City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knows.
He knows that it can be done.
Yeah, that these leads can be overturned. So yeah, Liverpool are in a very precarious position.
Very precarious. They've got to balance their ambition for the title with the potential burden of,
financial burden
a new Salah contract.
of a new Salah contract.
And keep him happy.
Yeah.
It's a
delicate
situation.
balancing act.
Yeah, and any wrong move could really
Derail
the whole season.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so
there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to continue to dive into this very intriguing situation.
Sounds good. I mean, it's almost like they're playing this high-stakes poker game. They've got this strong hand with their league lead.
Right.
But Salah's contract is like this wild card.
It is.
That could change everything.
Yeah. And let's not forget,
Yeah.
this last contract he signed back in June 2022 made him the highest earner at the club.
Exactly. So it's not like...
It's not just about the money.
Yeah.
It's got to be about something more than that.
Okay.
This is like respect,
right.
recognition,
right.
maybe even a bit of a power play.
Why?
Salah knows what he's worth.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to let people know it.
Well, how do you think this is impacting the team, though?
Yeah.
Like, are other players getting nervous?
I mean, it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
But you can imagine what the whispers are in the locker room.
Right.
When your top player's future is uncertain.
Yeah.
It's got to create unease.
And remember what Slot said about those late surges.
Yeah, they were relying on those to get wins.
What if Salah's just not fully there?
Right. What if his head's not in the game?
Yeah.
That's the big risk Liverpool are taking.
Oh.
If this drags on and it affects his performance and he's not playing at his best, they might struggle to stay on top.
Okay, so let's look at some of the other things that are going on here.
Okay.
The articles mention that talks are ongoing between his people and the club. But it's supposed to be very complex.
Yeah, complex negotiations.
Yeah.
And you have to imagine one of the sticking points could be the length of the contract.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Salah's 32.
Yeah.
Which is still prime time for a striker.
Yeah, he's got some good years left.
But how many years at the top does he have left?
Right.
That's what they have to think about.
So maybe they're hesitant to give him a really long deal.
Exactly, especially with the kind of money he's asking for.
Yeah.
They have to think about their future,
Yeah.
building a team for the long term.
Right, makes sense.
They can't just focus on the here and now.
Well, it is interesting, though, that he kind of dismissed those rumors about him going to Saudi Arabia.
He did.
That could mean a couple things, right?
Yeah, it could.
Maybe he really loves Liverpool and he just wants to stay there.
Could, yeah.
Or maybe it's just a tactic.
A negotiation tactic, just to show the club, hey, I'm not desperate.
Yeah, I'm not chasing a payday. I'm here. I want to be here.
So, yeah, it just adds another layer to this.
It's a chess match.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They're all trying to
outmaneuver each other.
And
all of this happening, all the seasons going on,
Yeah.
they're still fighting for the title, and they need him to be at his best.
But how can he be at his best?
Right.
When all this is up in the air?
Exactly.
It's like asking an artist to paint a masterpiece.
Yeah.
While somebody's holding a
wrecking ball over their head.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's not exactly ideal conditions, is it?
No, not really.
So it's this real dilemma.
It is.
It's not just about the contract. It's about ambition.
Loyalty.
The
business of football.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens next?
Right.
Do they give him what he wants?
Do they cave? Yeah.
Do they say, you know what, we're going to roll the dice, or do they find some other way?
Some kind of creative solution that works for everybody.
All right, well, we're going to take another quick break.
Yep.
And when we come back, we're going to look at all the possible outcomes.
What it all means.
And what this means for Liverpool's quest for
Premier League glory.
Okay, so we've talked about the tension, right?
Yeah.
The tactics, the money, all of that.
It's a lot.
But what does it mean for Liverpool's future?
Right, yeah, that's the big question.
Let's say they do it.
Okay.
They offer him this mega deal. He's the king of Anfield.
Right. Makes him happy, keeps the fans happy, and they can just focus on winning the league.
Okay, but what's the downside?
Well, there's always a downside.
Right.
First of all, what kind of message does that send?
To the other players.
To other players when it's time for their contracts to be negotiated.
Right.
And then there's the financial side of things.
Yeah, because if you're spending that much money.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that limit them in the transfer market?
It could, yeah.
Maybe they can't bring in other players.
Right.
To strengthen the squad.
It's that balance. Short-term success or building for the future.
even if it means losing him.
Yeah, tough choices.
Okay, so what's the other side of this?
All right.
What if he just walks away?
If he walks away, they lose their top scorer for nothing.
And what does that do to their chances this season?
It's a huge blow, no question.
Yeah.
Finding a replacement?
Yeah, who's even out there?
It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be cheap.
Right.
I mean, it could take them years.
Yeah, to rebuild that attack.
To get back to that level.
In the fans.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Salah's an icon.
He's not just a goal scorer.
Mm-hmm.
He's like...
It would be demoralizing.
It would be, yeah.
For everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay. But there's a middle ground here, right?
There has to be.
There's got to be some kind of compromise.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a shorter contract with like some incentives based on his performance.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Or they say, look, after you're done playing,
we want you to be part of the club.
Be a coach, be an ambassador.
Yeah, something like that.
Something to sweeten the deal.
Okay, so basically they've got to find a way to recognize his value.
Absolutely.
But also
protect the club in the long run.
Protect the club, yeah.
It's about both sides being realistic.
Yeah.
You know, understanding that sometimes a good deal means nobody gets exactly what they want.
Right, but they have to do all of this while trying to win a title.
Yeah, the pressure's on.
The pressure is definitely on.
But it's also what makes it so interesting, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
It's a case study in how modern football works.
It's a business.
Ambition, loyalty, business, it all clashes.
So what do you think? What's next?
Yeah.
What happens next?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think both sides are just waiting, seeing what the other one is going to do.
Right, like a chess match.
Exactly.
They're waiting to make their move.
And Liverpool have to decide, are they going to go all in, risk everything for a chance at winning right now, or do they take a step back and think about the future?
And Salah has to decide what's more important to him.
Yeah, where does he see himself?
Does he want to be at Anfield?
Yeah.
Or does he want to be somewhere else?
Big questions.
And we get to watch it all.
We do.
This is why we love football.
It's the drama.
It's not just what happens on the pitch.
Right.
It's all these other things.
All the stuff happening off the pitch.
It's storylines.
It's what makes it so captivating.
Well said. As we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with a question.
Okay.
What would you do?
Yeah.
If you were Liverpool?
Tough one.
Would you break the bank?
To keep your star player?
Yeah.
Or would you say, look, we got to focus on the future of the club, even if it means letting him go?
Yeah, it's a tough decision.
It is.
There's no easy answer.
No easy answer.
But that's what makes it so interesting.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
And until next time, keep the conversation going.